it's worth mentioning that this build assumes you have past lives and a dexterity tome, preferably a +8 supreme tome, but you do need at least a dexterity of 19 if you want to take improved precise shot, and if you don't care about improved precise shot, you still need at least 17 to meet the combat archery requirement. So I'm gonna go over my Paladin Inquisitor. I am 14 Paladin, 4RD2 Monk. I know a lot of people like to go to Ranger, but I went to Monk for 2 reasons. 1, I get 2 feats, and 2, I am charisma based, and I do not have enough ability points to spend to get Deflect Arrows normally from Vistani Knife Fighter. So, my AP for Heroic Enhancements, action points, I've spent 17 in the racial tree, mostly just for 3 Doubleshot from Major Spring Attunement, 3 Doubleshot from Skill. If you don't have a lot of AP, or you don't have any racial AP, doesn't really matter. Most of it is just for that Doubleshot, and the fact that it gives charisma is just an added bonus. The main thing is you want 7 points in Fey Dark Illusionist. You cannot play this build if you don't own Fey Dark Illusionist or have it from Favor unlock. You need 23 points in Battle Engineer, mostly just for Agility Engine and the extra action boost. I should probably switch this so that I get 3 bonus instead of 2, but this is how I had it set up for leveling. I have 41 in Inquisitor, take all the good stuff, the law damage, the extra damage on crossbows, Doubleshot. I take shoot later. I do take shoot first while leveling, but I just prefer shoot later in higher legendaries. And I take Jaded for the multi-selector. I also have 9 points of Knight of the Chalice. You don't need 3 points in Divine Might. I just don't want to press the trance or forget to press it and then have it run out. So I prefer the long trance, being that it lasts 120 instead of, I believe, 60 if you only have 1 point. Maybe it's 30. But I also take Riddle of Fire just for 1 extra imbue dice, and 1 point left over. I spent it in Harper just for another hit and damage. As for Epic Destinies, pretty standard. You want Shirati, Fate Singer, and Shadow Dancer. You take Stay Loud so that you benefit from Harmonic Resonance. When this is fully stacked, that's an additional 30% sonic damage. You take Pluck the String. It's the best epic strike you have available to you. You also take Threat Reduction from, I can't even pronounce this, but you take it. And you take Cover of Darkness, as well as you get another 30% from Queen's Diplomacy. So that by itself already puts you at 95% threat reduction, and then you throw on the Epic Quiver of Alacrity, and now you're just over 100%. But yeah, this is fairly standard how you would have this set up. You do not use pin. I was just trying it to see if it was worth using. It's occasionally worth using, but it's very niche. I press this like maybe once every now and then at best. As for leveling order and feat selection, make sure you are lawful good at character selection so that you are able to be a paladin and a monk. But level 1 is Artificer. You take point blank shot. Then level 2 is Monk for Deflect Arrows. 3 is Monk again for dodge and mobility. 4 is Artificer. 5 is Artificer. 6 is Artificer. You take Precise Shot, Shot on the Run as your bonus feat. Now 7, you take Follower of the Scion Host. This gives you a clicky that will full heal you and remove any negative effects. Level 8, Paladin again. 9 is Paladin again. You take Precision. You're going to take Paladin until 12. Improved critical ranged weapon. Unyielding Celebrity is when you get the heal clicky. Then Paladin again until 15. Sneak of Shadows is what I took here. But you could also take either IPS in that feat slot, or you can take Nimble Fingers. And at 18, I took IPS, but as I said, you don't need to, it's optional. Sneak of Shadows or Nimble Fingers works just fine if you don't want or don't care about improved precise shot. And you take Paladin, 19 and 20, for a total of 14. 21, you're going to take Combat Archery. 22, you take Holy Strike. 24, you take Overwhelming Critical. 25, you take Doubleshot. 27, you take Watchful Eye. 28, you take Embodiment of Law. You take Patience at 30, and you take the Arborea Scion. You also take Toughness at 31, and you take Titan's Blood or Toughness at 34. 33, I like to take Trickshot because I tumble a lot. I'm not sure what you would take in place of Trickshot if you don't want to tumble. You could probably just take aerie aim and be fine with the +10 accuracy. So for spells, this is what it looks like for Paladin. Take the Zeal as the main thing, as long as you got Zeal, Angel Skin, and Prayer. The rest don't really matter, but I take Cure Moderate and Lesser Restore, as well as Protection from Evil. Arty, you just want the elemental weapons. For gear, I am Charisma specifically because you get to stack Crackshot, Sanctified Fervor, Spines, Long Shadow. These give a lot of range power and a lot of charisma. The int filigrees aren't so generous when it comes to allowing you to stack Doubleshot and range power. And same thing on my artifact. Got Crackshot, Long Shadow, Manticore. I got Home of Eternal Day. Sorry, with Doubleshot. Archers. Charisma Solar Gem. I'm using a Dino Bone outfit. I will swap this out at some point for a Warblade outfit. I'm using the Unseen Assassin Bracers. Slotted with Dusk Raider. I'm using Autumn Equinox, also slotted with Dusk Raider. And I'm using Season's Warding Greaves, also Dusk Raider. And I'm using the Raven's Talons. It pairs with my Gem of Many Facets for the set bonus. Using the Dracolich's Eye with Perfect Silence slotted. I have 3 cloaks that I use. This cloak is used for the quality Deadly and the Insightful Armor Piercing. I have Jeweled Cloak as a swap, and the Mirrored Cloak as a swap. I used a Wild Wisdom just because I have 3 Mythic and 3 Reaper power on it. Otherwise, I would recommend using the Charisma belt. I'm using the Ring of Mystic Strength because I haven't managed to find the Charisma version of this ring. And, well, I just needed the Quality Deception. I will switch this at some point. My Rune Arm is pretty useless. I'm just using this temporarily for the 3 Reaper power boost I have on it. I need to swap this to Dino Bone so that I can swap Warblade out. And I'm using the Undying Age crossbow with my swap being Epic Storm. I use this during the leveling process. I have Through the Mist and Deadly Rain on it so that I get a total of 70 range power from these two buffs here. And I also have Affirmations as a swap, and I have Hollowed Splinters fully upgraded for the Everstar bolt so that I don't have to worry about running out of bolts and having to recast them. My Insightful Deception item is the Quiver of Alacrity, just because it helps me fit my gear set easier. It gives me more flexibility with my cloak. So as far as general gameplay goes, this just showcases how the build works in Reaper quests. I accidentally clicked on 9 instead of 10, so I'm killing things a little bit faster than I usually would, but it's about the same speed anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted to make sure that there was some gameplay showing how it works in quests. I mean, if you've seen an Inquisitor, you already know how it looks. But if you were curious how much damage people were doing in quests, it's more or less where it is. That being said, Grim and Barrett is kind of out of date nowadays when it comes to testing out builds, but can't currently test it in a more modern quest because it is Wednesday and the game is currently down for maintenance at the time I'm making this video. So, yeah, this is the recording I got. Sorry about that. Anyways, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching.